Hey everybody, what's up? Chad Wesley Smith here for Juggernaut Train Systems, joined by Marty Sainda. We're going to be talking to you about our favorite core training for lifters. So for a long time, a lot of powerlifters thought all you need to do was squat and deadlift heavy to have a strong enough core, but that's just going to leave some holes. It's going to leave some movement deficiencies that might contribute to some injury or pain in the long term. So we want to make sure you're having the best well-rounded training that you can, and these are our favorite movements to do that. So first up, a classic, the ab wheel. Ab wheel is going to be a great anti-extension exercise. You know, anti-extension is important to be able to maintain a good rigid torso position. So as Marissa is doing this, we're also going to use one of our favorite cues, the old pee in your mouth cue, which we know sounds ridiculous, but it's so memorable that you can't not use it. And what we mean by that is that Marissa's kind of trying to tuck her hip underneath her and having a little bit of this rounded back position. Because too often when people are doing ab wheel, if they do it improperly, they're going into a ton of extension. And because it's an anti-extension exercise, we want to make sure we avoid extension. So trying to keep a little bit of that rounded back, hip tucked underneath. It's going to also make this exercise way more challenging. So once you've built up to where you can probably do 15 or 20 reps of this body weight, then you can start progressing it, either wearing a weight vest, doing it from your feet. A good progression from the feet is you go out on the feet, back on the knees. You might need to have a target here that you can kind of stop the wheel against if you want to get to that from the feet progression. But ab wheel is a great one and a classic. One of our next favorite exercises is going to be the Copenhagen Plank. So Copenhagen Plank is going to really challenge your adductors. So it's similar to a side plank. You have your foot on top of the box, only the top leg is doing all the work, supporting you here, holding the back leg up. You can also do Copenhagen raises as a progression up to this, or you could do the side plank from the floor, picking the bottom leg up if you need to progress up to the Copenhagen plank. But the adductors have to be strong to squat and deadlift heavy to keep your hips and knees healthy through hard training. So the kneeling band crunch became one of our favorites from our friend Pei Bokenfuso, the powerlifting physio out of Australia, when Marissa was dealing with some back pain. And Pei explained to us how powerlifters become so kind of overly specific, dominant in lumbar extension, as well as hip external rotation and anti-trunk rotation. So using this exercise, the kneeling band crunch, where you're very intentionally flexing your back, trying to go like vertebrae by vertebrae, and controlling that flexion is going to help your low back stay healthier, help you train harder for the long term, which is ultimately going to make you stronger. Now our next exercise we have here, we're going to call a kneeling band rotation. So as we mentioned, powerlifters often become overly specific in anti-rotation as well as extension and hip external rotation. So introducing some rotation that you can control into your training is going to help your back and hips stay healthier so you can train harder, longer, and ultimately become stronger. So she's got the band wrapped around her, stepping on the one side, holding it with that same side hand that she's stepping on, and rotating against the band and trying to hold it for like a 1 count at the most rotated position. Also focusing on your breathing with this, breathing in through the nose as you rotate, breathing out through the mouth as you return to the start position. So those are 4 of our favorite core training exercises for lifters. They're going to help you be stronger and they're going to keep you healthier so you can become as strong as possible in the long term. If you're looking for the smartest program for you, visit juggernautai.app to get a 2-week free trial of the highest rated strength training app, 4.9 star average, looking at 20 plus factors to individualize training for you. So a 2-week free trial at juggernautai.app, and that link is down in the description. Hopefully these exercises help you out.